Now let's talk about some API improvements in collection framework. So Java 8 provides many methods to make a more functional collection framework. Java 8 added support for lambda express in collection framework. So because of this, it collection can be used to simplify iteration and data manipulation. This allows you to write concise and readable code when working with collection. Java 8 introduced the Stream API, which allows for function style operation on collections. We can create streams from collection and perform operations like filter, map, reduce. It makes easier to work with data in a declarative and expressive. New methods have been added to collection interface, remove if, which removes element, stream and parallel stream, split iterator, which can create a split iterator, and it helps in parallel processing of data. Map interface also gained some new methods like for each, which allows you to iterate over key value pairs, and compute if absent, and compute if present methods. Concurrent package also introduced some new data structures like concurrent hash map and concurrent linked queue. Also in hashmap class, some performance improvement have been added with key collation. Let's see some code example for these features also in collection framework. So in collection, we already seen the example of streaming, filtering, mapping, reducing. Also, we have seen the for each iteration. Now, there are few more improvements in collection framework. For example, we have some factory methods in collection like list.off, set.off, and map.off function. So in this, we can directly create some list, set, or map. In list, we have remove if function, so we can remove any element if it covers this condition. Also in map, we have compute if absent, compute if present functions. So in compute if absent, it adds Bob if absent in this map. Also in compute if present, we can update Alice if it is present already in the list. So these are map function example. After this, let's move to our next feature in Java 8. So Java 8 improved the concurrency API also. So the concurrent hashmap class received methods like compute if absent, compute if present. This helps in atomic operations. Also, copy on write array list class and copy on write array set class provided with thread safe collections for certain use cases. Parallel stream API has been added, which helps in creating parallel stream. And these operations we can do on data like parallel and collect. New atomic operations also introduced methods like accumulate and get and accumulate in classes like atomic integer, atomic long, and atomic reference. These methods perform atomic updates to values with accumulating functions. Concurrent hashmap and concurrent link queue are the new data structure added in concurrent package. They provide concurrent access and can reduce contention in multi-threaded applications. Completable future also added some asynchronous programming, and where you can easily manage and compose asynchronous operation such as calling web services or handling IO without blocking threads. New factory methods in the executor classes have been added like new work stealing pool and new cached thread pool. These methods provide improvement in resource utilization. Now let's see some code example for concurrent API improvements also. In Java 8, we have following concurrency API examples. First is our completable future. So here's the example of completable future. After this, we have parallel streams. So we have already seen one of the example in parallel streams. So here's the some example of parallel stream. After this, we have executor enhancement for new work stealing pool function. So here's the example for this. After this, we have new cache thread pool example. So here's the example of new cache thread pool. Cache thread pool function gives a cache executor, and it's compulsory in cache executor that we should shut down it after its implementation. After this, we have example of accumulate and get function in atomic integer. So accumulate and get function always return the updated value. After this, we have get and accumulate example. So in get and accumulate function, it first returns the original value and then it returns the updated value. Now let's see our next feature in Java 8. In Java 8, several improvements have been added to IO APIs also to handle file operation and streams. First is a new .2. Java extended the new package introduced in Java 7, which added with additional features. Java 8 extended the new package introduced in Java 7 with additional features. Neo 2 provide a more comprehensive and modern IO API for working with files and directories. File package in Neo was introduced. It provide classes and interfaces for file IO operations such as creation, deletion, copy, move files and directories. Some key classes include path, files, and file systems also. Streams for file IO, you can use streams also for Steam API for file IO. Now in Java 8, the file class provide methods like lines and read all line method for reading file content into stream. Neo 2 package added asynchronous file operation also. You can use method like asynchronous file channel to perform IO operations asynchronously, which can be particularly useful for high concurrency applications. Java 8 introduced a mechanism to access and manipulate file attributes such as file permission and timestamp using the file class. This makes it easier to manage and inspect file metadata. Path interface provide various methods for path manipulation, including resolving, relativizing, and normalizing paths. It simplifies working with file and directory path. Java 8 improved support for working zip files also. To read and write zip files, watch service introduced in Java 7 allows application to watch directly for changes. Java 8 extended this feature, makes it more robust and efficient for monitoring file system events. File system class provide a way to work with different file systems, including local as well as remote file system. It abstracts the specific of the underlying file system, making making code more portable. Stream API can be used to perform bulk file operations such as copying multiple files or filtering files in a directory. This simplifies the process of files in directories. Now let's see some code for IO APIs also. Following are the IO improvements in Java 8. So following we have reading a file example using Neo2 package. So we can see that all these functions are coming from Neo package. After this, we have writing example to a file using Neo2 package. Neo2 gives us files.lines functions through which we can read lines from a file and filter them. Following is the improved file IO example using try with resource. In this, we are reading a file line by line and writing it on the console. So these are some examples for new to package in Java 8. Let's move to our last topic. In Java 8, a new and improved date and time API was introduced to address the shortcomings and complexities of existing date and calendar classes. The new date and time API located in time package provides a comprehensive and user-friendly way to work with the dates, times, durations, and time zone. This API is based on ISO calendar system and is often referred to as Java Time API. Some key components and features of Java Time API are the core classes in the Java Time API include local date, local time, local date time for representing dates and times without time zone. Zone date time class added represent a date and time with a time zone, making it easy to work with dates and times in different geographical regions. This API also includes duration class for representing time spans such as hour, minutes, and seconds, and the period class for representing date-based intervals. Temporal adjusters class provide a useful method for adjusting dates, such as finding the first or last day of the month or adjusting to the next Tuesday. Datetime formatter class allows you to format date and time object into strings, pass strings into date and time object. It supports various standard formats and custom patterns. Time zone API includes the zone ID class for representing time zones and the zone offset class for representing fixed time offset. Clock class provide access to the current time and date in a specific time zone. It allows you to obtain system time or a custom time source for testing purposes. You can use temporal queries to extract information from date and time objects, such as obtaining the date of the week or the month. Java Time API includes method for converting between the new Java time objects and the legacy util date and util calendar classes. Java Time API simplifies date and time manipulation, making it more intuitive and less error prone compared to the previous date and time classes. It provides better support for handling time zones, durations, and formatting, making it an essential feature of Java 8. So in Java 8, we have many time API examples. So this is the latest addition in Java 8. So we have local date example. We have a local date example with a specific date. So with the help of now, we can create the current date. With the help of function, we can create a local date on the basis of specific dates. We have local date time example. So it gives us date and time. Also, we can create a specific date and time on the basis of local date time dot off function. So it will give us a specific date time. After this, we have a duration example. So for example, we have a start date, we have an end date, and we can calculate the duration between start and end local date time. Same, we can also calculate the period between two dates with the help of period dot between. After this, we have formatting and parsing example. So we can format a date with the help of datetime formatter, and it has a function of pattern where we can give our datetime format. So we can pass this formatter to our datetime object in format function, and we will get the formatted datetime on the basis of given pattern. Also, we can pass our string date into local date time with the help of formatter in the format of given pattern. Also, we have some backward compatibility examples in Java datetime. So here is our old date object, and we can convert to local date time with the help of this date. If we try to convert it directly using two instance, we cannot do that. We need to first convert it into instance, and then we need to use zone. For using zone, we need to use zone id dot system default function. After that, we can convert it into our local date time. And also we can convert our local date time to our date object with the help of date dot from function. It also needed zone id. So here are the examples of time API. Here we conclude our Java 8 features video. Let me know if you have any doubt or query, which you can post it in comment section below. Also, if you like this video, please click on like and share button. Thank you.